Oh my god, are we actually live? Hello. Can you guys hear me? Am I talking to myself or is chat actually there? Are you guys all just a figment of my imagination? I got an ad? Okay, let's go, dude. Okay, but you can actually hear me because Yen, of course, is being a very nice person saying, sadly sadly we can hear you. I thought you said, sadly we can't hear you. Okay, I get it. Okay, it's fine. You're just trying to diss me. Okay, fair. Hello, everyone. We're starting 20 minutes late because someone decided to do vacation planning like an hour before this. I'm looking at Leo right now. Yeah, and then of course my video driver wasn't up to date because I haven't streamed in 5 billion years ever since my last channel, you know. So that's cool. Okay, so today we're gonna do some art channel reviews. Basically, I thought this was a good idea for some reason when I made the video about, you know, my art channel experience doing it for a year. Yeah, so I thought maybe some of you guys want some of my advice, which is not professional, by the way. It is just based on my experience and my very YouTube brain-rotted brain. Yeah, so first of all, we're gonna look at some specific channels that, you know, people submitted. And then at the end of the stream, I will do like a Q&A section in case any of you have like specific questions that weren't really answered in like during the channel reviews. By the way, I just want to say if your channel wasn't picked, there should still be some like usable advice for the other channels, because typically like it's not like every single channel has like its own problems like that are completely unique to them. I do also have a section that's like about general art channel things that I see that I think don't really work well on YouTube. Oh my god, the Inkyo fans in chat, let's go. Yeah, and at the end of the stream again we're going to do Q&A section, so if you have any questions that you maybe think of during the stream, write them down somewhere, and then like at the end of the stream you can get them out and ask. Okay, let us begin. Let me actually check my notes because I know I want to say something. Oh yeah, okay. So we will be looking at specific channels. I will very likely try to refer to everyone as they, them, because I did not ask for pronouns in the form, which I probably should have done. But if the people that I'm reviewing are in chat and they give me their actual pronouns, I will try to use those. Yeah, I already said I'm not a professional. This is just based on my personal experience, and if you follow my advice exactly and it doesn't work for you, or it makes your like computer explode or something, then yeah, that's what you get for listening to me, I guess. All right. So let's begin with the first channel. Are we gonna start with a weird one? Okay, so the thing is, when I started looking into the forms you guys sent in, the first person I looked at was actually like really confusing for me because their like content was something that I am not really familiar with. Obviously, I'm not talking about my own channel. Like this is just here because I wanted to have something open. Yeah, my own channel is very weird, I know. How many channels submitted? The last time I checked earlier today was like 48, I think. So we are definitely not looking at everyone. Yeah, there is not the time for that. The first channel I actually looked at took me like 30 minutes to actually like, you know, write down some advice I can actually give them. So yeah, that is not doable unless I like make this a full-time job for some reason. Okay, yeah, you guys can lurk. That's totally fine. How many will you choose? I already picked out the specific channels I want to talk about, basically. And then I have some general advice that applies to several, like, pretty many channels that I looked at. You can do a part 2 for the stream too. I could, but I am actually not the most, like, streamer person ever. Like, I'm not, I don't know, I'm not like Leo where she's like, oh my god, I'm so happy to stream and talk to people. I'm just like, oh my god, why did I decide to do this actually? Like, what, I don't know if this was a good idea. Yeah. Would you be angry at me if I was drawing while listening to this? Absolutely not. You can totally do that. That is very valid. I love listening to stuff in the background while drawing as well. So yeah. And the phone is ringing. That's great. I'm not gonna answer that anyways. We're just gonna start looking at the first channel. Let me go copy the link. Okay. Okay. So this is our first channel that we're gonna look at today. So basically, let me actually pull up what they wrote, because in the like forum I also asked like what the person, like what kind of content the person makes and also what they want to make. Let me pull up what they wrote. The phone is still ringing. I hope you guys can't hear, but maybe you can hear.
No, I doubt it.
But you can hear Leo. Say hi, Leo. Okay. Let me pull this up big. This is gonna blind you guys. I'm sorry. It's very, very bright. Okay, so this person does animation logs and speed paints. They are scared that they won't be able to reach a bigger audience when they post the first episode of their animation. So they want to prepare their channel for it. And they want to make an animation series in the future. Who's Leo? Leo's my girlfriend. She's in my room right now, in the walls. Like a normal person, yes. She's crying. She's embarrassed. Okay, great. Okay, let's actually look at the channel. So, when I first looked at this, I was very, very confused because, first of all, they started out with like gacha club stuff, which I know is like a pretty big thing on YouTube, but like, I don't actually know why. Like, I never really understood it. I was never really into that part of the internet. But then they started kind of doing like Speedpaint content about, I think, their OCs. One thing that I thought was like really cool is that they do, I think it's this one. I will have to, okay, I don't have the audio on. Okay, so I can't have the audio on for this one because it has copyrighted music. But basically, basically what this is like they did a speed paint, I think, of their OC. I'm not 100% sure. And they put lyrics of the song that is playing that are colored, so you can like see which character they relate to, because the characters are colored. So this is Blue, and I think he's in love with Lavender. And you can see like the lyrics are colored accordingly, which I think is like a really creative idea. Actually, let me put this on theater mode. And this has like 25k views, which is not bad for like a speed paint with music. And they also do which is one of the more new things that they started doing, is like doing a devlog series about their, you know, original series. We're gonna get into that in a moment. Yeah, what I was very confused about is the fact that like a lot of people are actually watching their like OC content, like especially this video. I was like very confused why this video has like 2,500 views. Like that's a lot. So at first I thought that maybe like there's a color head fandom, like there's like a country head fandom. But it seems to be their own story. I'm not 100% sure on this. I don't know if they are currently in chat. I haven't seen them, I think. But if any of you guys know if this is like a thing, like color head or color fandom, I don't know. I assume it's their OCs. I think it's their OCs. I think they said it's their OCs. Country humans, yeah. That's what I thought the direction goes into, but it seems to be OCs. Victaton series? I have no idea. I literally do not know anything about this. It's all gacha? Okay. Victaton. Okay, so maybe it's not their... So it's not an OC thing? It's like a fandom, basically. Yeah, I also don't know what Victaton is. It got popular because it started off as an SA awareness series based on animation trends. Okay, so it's not their OCs. Okay, got it. I think. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't matter if it's their OCs or not. Okay, let's actually look at the video. I think this one doesn't have copyrighted music as far as I can tell. So let me...
For those who don't know me, I'm Vic, and I'm a gachatuber who recently decided to create an animated series. I'm very new to making long animated projects or any animations outside of using a base. And it's been 5 years since I've learned how to draw and make silly animation meme on the internet throughout my whole childhood. I've been working on a story called Blue Story using Gacha, a chibi game, for almost a year now. With the help of feedbacks and criticism from people who watch Blue Story, I realized that while Blue Story has great potential, it was executed poorly. Thus why I've decided to retell the story in a new format. The main reason...
Okay, so basically I just want to show you guys like some parts of the video so you guys can get like understanding of like what they do and what the vibe is.
For the past 3 months, I've been focused on converting
and then I'll
story
say something about it
to an animated format. At first, I wanted to keep the musical aspect, creating animations that fit with specific songs. However, after finishing one animatic and showing it to my manager, we realized that it still felt rushed since I was trying to keep up with the beats and lyrics, so we scratched that. We decided to shift to an episodic animated series instead. To be clear, Blue Story will be presented in an animatic storyboard format. I won't be producing it as a full animated series because those projects require...
Okay, let's actually say something about this. I think you guys maybe got an idea of like what the vibe of this channel is and the devlog specifically. I really like the use of like their, I think, gacha sprites as like, instead of doing the typical like PNG tuber models, because I assume it saves time and it's also very expressive. It's very memey as well, which is great. I feel like it gives the video like added interest, because if you put the voiceover with like just a blank background or just one sprite, it would probably get pretty boring. But I think because they put their different like sprites, it's a lot more engaging. I feel like the main issue that I saw with this channel is that they are very much talking about their characters like great ads. We love ads. Okay, be quiet. We don't want to listen to this. Oh my god. Yeah, you guys are gonna have to watch ads with me today, I'm sorry. But they kind of talk about their OCs, German ads, yeah, German ads. They kind of talk about their characters like everybody knows them, like even if they're not OCs, even if it's fandom and it's not their OCs. I think if you want to bring more attention to your projects that are maybe a bit niche, maybe go into OC territory, then you probably want to do a bit of explaining at the beginning of most videos where it's relevant, because I was a little bit confused about their channel, I guess. I do like that they put a lot of, in the other video, they put a lot of different things onto the screen, like they put sketches, they put on screen what they were talking about basically. For this one, it's a lot more of like just drawing footage. But the video is pretty short and they keep varying the drawing footage, which I think makes it also more interesting. So that's actually still pretty good. And then another thing that I noticed was like their video title, for example, here is like how to make an animated series, which if I click on a video that is titled how to make an animated series, I think that, or like I expect it to be from like a professional animator or someone who's in the industry, or maybe someone who's indie but who's actually like done it before and kind of knows what they're talking about. Whereas this feels more, I don't mean this in like a demeaning way or anything. This feels a little bit more amateur, which is absolutely fine. Like you can totally share your process if you like are just starting out and stuff. But I personally wouldn't title it how to make an animated series if you are not some way qualified to like teach people about it. Like you can absolutely share your process. I think that is also a cool video, but that is not what I think of when I see how to make an animated series as a title for a video. And the other thing is like, because of the, like, if you have a video and you title it something, people expect a specific thing from that video, and if you don't give them that specific thing, the chances high that they will actually like stop watching it because they wanted to see something specific, clicked on the video for something specific, and then you didn't give them that. So, you know, what is the reason to watch the video? Unless your video is like still interesting to them in some way, but usually it would be better to like title it accordingly. In this case, I think I would have rather titled it something like the like #0 devlog trying to make an animated series instead of how to make an animated series. And they kept that like how to make an animated series title for the next videos as well. Okay, so the other notes I've wrote down on them is basically just that I think they could make a little bit longer videos. Honestly, the video length of like 5 minutes is also fine, especially because I think it is generally a better practice to make shorter videos that are more dense and have more like information, rather than doing like longer videos that are a bit more drawn out. But also this can really depend on the video topic. Okay, I'm just checking because of copyright music. I'm just gonna play this one without sound so I can talk over it. But for example, they actually do some good editing. Like, you don't need to have like fancy transitions, special effects and whatever. What you need in a video, in my opinion, is mainly just showing something interesting and also something that relates to what you're talking about. In this case, they have their sprites again, so they can show like their emotions while talking, and also like the drawing footage. And then they switch whenever they talk about something else. They actually put a picture of that on screen, which is, I think, great to keep people focused on your video. Yeah, I think overall it's a pretty interesting channel. I am very curious to see where they will go, because they do seem to have a pretty loyal audience already, even though their views are maybe not that high on most videos. Yeah, the other thing that I think they could definitely work on is video thumbnails, because I wouldn't say that their thumbnails are like completely bad. I think I like this thumbnail a lot, because it's a Speedpaint video, for example, and in a Speedpaint video you can totally just put a picture of the art that you're making. If the art is like really cool, then that is good, in my opinion. But for like the devlog videos, I think I would try to work on the thumbnails a little bit, make them look a little bit more polished and not as thrown together. Yeah. Overall, pretty cool channel. I think they're on a pretty good track. And yeah. What do you guys think about this channel? Chat has calmed down. I think you guys all fell asleep. Interesting editing, yeah.
I have to say though, Will, that a lot of things that you just mentioned I was about to write in chat. So I definitely agree with most of it. Especially the thing with the title, where like when you like write a certain title, it's not that you cannot write that title. It's not that it's like not valid to have that title. It is just that it could be that people get attracted to the video who will instead just drop it after like realizing, okay, this isn't actually what I was looking for, which I in general think is not that good. It would be nicer if people who actually enjoy this stuff come look at it instead of like, yeah,
agree. Little Fishman wrote, "I'm half asleep, bro. I hate waking up early." Oh my god, you woke up just for this or something? Little Fishman. Gacha isn't my cup of tea, and I prefer they draw their own goofy sprites, but that's just me. Personally, yeah, I don't get the gacha thing. Like, maybe I'm too old for that, I don't know. But I actually do think that the gacha sprites are totally fine, especially because if you're making like an animated series or something, making sprites, like especially a lot of sprites, is a lot of work, guys. Like, you do not want to know how much time I spent on my sprites. I think the thumbnails, especially in the older videos, are one of the things that I vibe with the least. They could be a bit more uniform in a way. Yeah, totally. Like, these thumbnails are a bit of a mess. But I think the newer thumbnails are more uniform, but also I think they are still... They kind of remind me of like YouTube in like, I don't know, 7 years ago or something. So a little bit of work on the thumbnails would be good. I think if they made the sprites have a transparent background, it would work better. Yes, I can get what you mean, like it would look cleaner, but also I don't think it would make the video quality better in any way. This is one thing, like, you can do a lot of things, a lot of unnecessary things that you think are important, but in the end they don't really affect anything, like having 50 sprites instead of 5 sprites, having colored sprites instead of black and white sprites. Those are things that absolutely don't affect anything. What is important is just, you know, do you have sprites? Do you have different sprites? Do they express your emotions? In general with YouTube, there's a lot of things you can do, like, I don't know, video backgrounds, having an extremely fancy VTuber model like me that I made myself for some reason and made it extremely complicated for no reason that doesn't help me in any way. Like spending 5 hours on video thumbnails like me because I'm a perfectionist. That does not help you. Could you review the community tabs? No, I won't do that. Today it's just about videos. Hello, Cherub. I bit my finger on accident. Why would you do this? A lot of people do more rendered, flashed out thumbnails, even if the content is just animatics, and I feel like it just increases the chance of people clicking on it. I do agree with that. I think a certain level of polish on your thumbnails, especially for art videos, can help, and especially also animatics. Do you have any suggestions how to make more effective thumbnails? Would you say their newest video thumbnails are effective, good enough? In my opinion, they are effective in the sense that they communicate exactly what the video is. They could be more visually pleasing. Like, for example, the thumbnail for the Speedpaint one has a very pretty art style. Oh, you can't see my mouse even, but you can see where I'm hovering over, I guess. The thumbnail with the Speedpaint is very pretty because it's obviously like a polished drawing. And the other thumbnails are a bit rough. It just feels like you took an image out of your work and just put that on the thumbnail without doing much with it. Like, this thumbnail is a little bit more put together, I think. Makes a little bit more sense. In general, for like, if you guys struggle with making thumbnails and like knowing what's effective, I would just search up for like general YouTube advice on thumbnails, because honestly it's not rocket science in the end. You want to make sure that people can tell what your video is about in the thumbnail. Personally, I always look at the thumbnail first. If I am a little bit confused about what the video is about, but the thumbnail looks interesting, I will read the title. And also, if you have a like thumbnail that has text on it, like this one, you don't need to write the exact same title as the text in the thumbnail, because that's just like, that doesn't really help you. If you put text in your thumbnail, it should be something that you don't plan to put in the title, but that still is like important. YouTube is unlucky business, so you have to think like a businessman who wants to draw attention to his work. Yes, you do absolutely have to do that. Wait, let me take a sip of tea. I'm already getting hoarse. Yeah, we're having tea today. I ordered, oh my god, I found a website that does like custom tea mixtures, and I basically just put together my like favorite you know, tea mixture that you can get from the store, but it's more expensive. And now I got it like a big bag of it for way cheaper. Okay, so about the business thing, right? You do have to think a little bit like a businessman when you do YouTube, absolutely, but you cannot forget like your passion. You can't you can't just do YouTube as a business unless you're like super businessy and like you're talking about businessy things, I guess. But if you are an artist, you think of your channel just as a business, and you just do videos that like work well with the algorithm and stuff, you will very, 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 very likely get burnout and not have fun, and it will be a terrible time. Even if your channel succeeds, you will probably still have a terrible time. So always kind of keep in mind what you are passionate about and what you want to make videos about, unrelated to if it's gonna like be the biggest thing on the platform or something. Hello. Oh my god, people joining the stream. Crazy. Passion is the key. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Was there anything else I want to talk about? Not for now. Again, if you guys have questions, I will be doing like a question Q&A section. Why did I say FAQ? Q&A section at the end of the stream. Okay, let's move on. Okay. I want to know, do we have Koispeck here, or do we have Bella Days here? Or do we have... I know we have Yen here. I know Yen is here, so... Oh, Koispeck is also here. You were summoned. Yeah, I'm asking because I wanted to see if you guys are here, because you guys are on my list. Okay, so I know that Yen is my biggest hater and will probably stay here for the whole stream, so I'm gonna look at Koispeck next. Yen said I hate you.
Perfect.
We're gonna have a talk about Yen later. Yen got swept aside, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so funnily enough, we were just talking about thumbnails. This channel, I think, does a really, really good job at thumbnails. Like, absolutely very clear, very easy to read thumbnails, very visually pleasing. Yeah, very easy to understand, I think. I really like the thumbnails of this channel. I was actually, like, when I clicked on the channel, like, I have a hard time remembering, like, like channel names. But when I clicked on the link to their channel, I was like, wait, I've actually gotten them in my recommended before? And I also thought, like, oh, the thumbnails are nice. I didn't actually end up clicking on it. I'm like really, really weird when it comes to watching new channels, because I'm like a person that is like very like, I tend to hate on new things. And that's not because the new things are bad, but because I'm just a hater. Same with like fandoms and stuff. We're like, oh my god, biggest example ever, Gravity Falls. I saw when, like, I saw trailers on TV when it first came out, and I was like, oh, that's so ugly, I hate this. And and then it ended up like being brain rot for like 4 years of my life or something. But yeah, I tend to not watch news channels sometimes because I'm weird. But yeah, obviously for this I definitely did watch some of their videos. You can't see it because I'm in incognito mode. But I did watch some of their videos, obviously. And actually they have like really good videos, I would say. So we're just gonna pull up first of all what they wrote, and then we'll actually look at the channel. How do I do this? Let me change the source to this. I'm blushing hard, thank you. You deserve the praise, okay? Okay, yeah, this is the correct one. Okay, what type of content have you been uploading? Art and animation challenge videos, which we can definitely see. Text jump scare. Yeah, I get jump scared. What issues do you have with your channel? What do you need help with? I'm doing animation style challenge videos. Only videos with established IPs do well. Hoping to draw people in with animation style format when I shift to OC's original content. Exactly how you advise not to do on your video. Okay. So basically you're saying that like your videos that you post that are more OC related don't do as well as, for example, the My Little Pony video or the AMV video, which is Warrior Cats. I'm not sure, is this a fandom? It seems like OC, but like from a different person. Oh my god, 6 years ago, guys. Oh, this is so cool actually, because you know, the older art always looks scuffed, and it's actually so cool to see like 6 years ago they were drawing like this, I assume, and now they're just drawing like this, which is like so crazy. Really, really cool to see that. Oh, I just realized you guys can't see. Great. Yeah, this is the old video thumbnails. We were blind. You were blinded by text. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's actually talk about the channel. Okay. So I think we already talked about the thumbnails. Thumbnails are great. We love the thumbnails. We all agreed on the thumbnails are awesome. Another thing, I think their titles and also the video topics in general are also like really good. And honestly, I think most of these are videos that I have interest in. Redesigning old OCs is cool, or like ranking old OCs is very cool. Should you make comics? It's like, oh, should I make comics? I don't know, should I? Redesigning high school OCs. Redesigning OCs is always like very interesting, I think. I reanimated this day aria with humans. Like, you just animated, like, oh my god, that is also really interesting. Please don't eat your finger. Am I? Anyways, I think video topics and titles, they got down. Very, very cool. What's that? I was trying to eat my finger because someone wrote, don't eat your finger. Okay, let's actually look at a video because I want you guys to see their content. Okay, guys, what video are we feeling? Which one are we wanting to watch together? We're not gonna watch the whole thing, obviously. We're just gonna the second one, this one. Comics. Dinosaur. Chat is very split. Okay, let's say you can pick from the upper 4 videos. The upper 4. Because I do also want it to be more recent, because I know with video editing, or we can make a poll, yeah. With video editing, it can be which vid, old PMV, 31 animation, 24 animation, and old AMV. Okay, let's go.
Can I also vote?
Yeah, you can vote, Leo.
Yippee!
Oh yeah, you guys can definitely hear my gulping. Swallow ASMR. I'd like it to be more recent. Yeah. With like, I also noticed for myself, every video that I edit, I feel like I learn a lot more regarding editing, especially recently. I feel like I've gotten the hang of it more, so it's more uniform, I think. So like 4 months ago with video editing is like a long time. Video editing is always gonna improve, I think, if you're working on it. My audio is way too loud to be hearing all that coping. Oh god. Damn, we got 32 votes. Holy shit, in 1 minute. Crazy.
What did Yen say?
What did Yen say? And we can hear your pet. Leo, say something for us. Say something, Leo. Leo is very happy right now. Okay, I think we're decided on the 31 animation. Okay. I hope that this does not have copyright music. Let's see. Okay, one moment. Pokemon. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is gonna get me in trouble. Nintendo could get us in trouble, but Nintendo could also not get us in trouble. I think Stardew Valley is fine. I think we will survive this one. It doesn't. I would like to get paid. So true. So true. I really loved YouTube for just taking the monetization when you put like a single song for like 30 seconds. It's great. And streams as well, by the way. So like if there is any copyright music on the stream, either I will have to go in and mute it after the stream is done, or the whole stream will be demonetized. Which is great. Okay, let us actually look at this. Please, hello, can you... Are we... Can we... Okay, wait. Okay. Demon thighs? What thighs are we talking about? Where are the demon thighs? Leo and Will's stream is like Queenie in Leo's stream. This is so true. Real as fuck. Demonetized? Demonetized? Yeah, okay, fair. Okay, let's actually, we're not gonna watch the whole video, it's half an hour long obviously, but let's just look into this.
Animations in the month of October, and it may be one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made as an artist, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So, October. The most common thing associated with October is Halloween, rightfully so. However, to artists, October is also associated with 30-day art challenges. In October, artists participate in prompt lists like Cringetober, Goretober, and if you're really brave, Inktober. 30-day art challenges involve an artist attempting to do a drawing a day for the entire month based on a prompt list. It was late September, and the buzz of 30-day art challenges was in the art community. I was on the high of completing my 24 animations in 24-hour challenge video and thought, hey, you know what would be a great idea? What if I did an October prompt list, except instead of illustrations a day, it's an animation a day? Oh, by the way, I posted that video on September 22nd, 8 days until October. Can you already see how bad of an idea this is? I came up with a prompt list in approximately 30 minutes. I posted it to my community tab, and that was it. I had to finish this challenge. I very humbly called it Koitover because I couldn't think of anything else. I've tailored these prompts to me to have the best chance of completing this challenge. These prompts are based in character acting and movement, so I'm hoping to improve in those categories. But I've kept you all waiting long enough. Let's jump into day one. Let's start off with day one.
Let's pause for a moment. Okay, first of all, I think you guys all saw very, very good editing. They did like they animated some things for the intro. They had visuals for everything. Like even stuff like this, right? You're like, oh, but this is so unpolished. It doesn't matter. It's there. It's like it shows you the person talking. Or this, right? It's very unpolished, but for videos, it really does not matter at all. This is a nice visual because you get like the visual of someone working on something, right? Stuff like this does not have to be polished. It's better to have something like this in here than to not like just have this screen for like 5 more seconds. It doesn't matter that's unpolished. Basically, they put in something that is interesting, that fits with what they're talking about, which makes it more interesting. They are explaining, like in the intro, they're explaining the situation, they're explaining what they're doing, they're explaining what the video is about, which is very important, by the way. Like, you can't jump into a video. It depends on the video, but you usually... if you're doing something that requires a little bit of understanding to like be like, okay, what are you doing? Like what? Then it's probably best to like put that in the beginning. Don't make it too long. Don't make it too brief. But I think erring on the shorter side is usually better with YouTube. With this video, I think the drawing starts at like 1 minute and 40, which is also about what I usually aim for. I usually aim to have the concept of the video like explained in the first like minute usually, and then switch to the content of the video. You don't want to make the intros too long or too rambly because you know, people are gonna leave because they're like, what? I'm not here to like hear about your entire life story or like how your day has been and stuff, which they didn't do. They explained the content of the video, which is absolutely valid and good to do. In my opinion, it could have been a little bit more condensed, but also it's a 30-minute video where I think that longer intros are valid because they set the tone of the video, which is like more calm, a slower video, and not like Mr. Beast editing, like bam, 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 we're gonna go do 50 things at once. So that's valid, I think. Wait, what did Yen say? 100%. Artists like to make things easy, not overcomplicated. If it works, it works. Absolutely. This is actually one thing that I had to learn because I tend to err on the side of like overthinking and like over rendering and over like perfectionism basically. But sometimes saving time and like making things simple and making things just good enough so they work is like the best thing you can do, especially for stuff like videos which already take a lot of time to make. Yeah, another thing that really like flashed me about their channel was the fact that their sprites, their sprites do like this little, they have like 1 or 2 frames before and after they like move or like switch pose, which is over the top for sure. Like, it's not a thing that's necessary, but since it's an animation channel, I feel like it really fits in and kind of like gives you the vibe of like, okay, this person loves doing animation, so they animated like transitions for their sprites, which is completely unnecessary but super cool. Yeah. Okay, let us look into the drawing section for a bit. What are you guys saying? But let me actually drink some more. I feel like the rougher and incomplete look helps with the amount of time spent on drawing and editing. 100%. 100%. It's just a way to get the visual across without spending like an hour on every single frame that you want to have in the video. Yeah, you guys also like the movements of the sprite. It's very cool. Okay, let's look at the footage.
Extra references of their faces at multiple angles. This animation was super in my comfort zone. I just drew the front, side, and back of their face and then did in-betweens. What's great about turnarounds is if you have a symmetrical design, you can copy and paste half of the animation. I even had enough time to color it. And
bro, not me thinking like never having symmetrical designs ever. Oh my god. I think I would die doing head turnaround, so very impressive.
look at them go. I'm actually pretty impressed.
Microwave moment.
2 hours and 29 minutes to be exact. So far, a pretty solid start to this challenge. But will I be able to keep this momentum going for 31 days? Time will only tell as—
That is a good question. I think maybe it's gonna be a little bit hard. But also, like, see, the thing that they did just now where they were like, oh, will I be able to keep the momentum going? That is a way to, like, build tension and be like, oh, I want to continue watching because I want to know if they will keep making stuff as, like, polished and, like, perfect as this for 30 days, like, every day. Because I think most people are like, oh, I would actually be, like, tired and exhausted after, like, a couple of days.
color it. And look at them go. See, with koi eyes that I haven't really drawn before, I wanted to fix that by animating them pulling up their jacket strings, like embarrassed from Inside Out. But the thing we will come to know as OC brain rot got in the way, and I was briefly fixated on my OC Caleb, so I drew him instead.
Oh my god, the OC
secret to
brain rot.
completing this challenge is I'm just gonna do whatever I feel like in the moment. Here's animation 2. It was pretty simple, so I colored.
I also, I just noticed this, but, like, obviously the video is also, like, 30 minutes long, obviously, because they are doing 31 animations, and I assume they talk about every single one of them. So they talk about every animation for, like, a minute, roughly, which is not a lot of time, but I think for a video it works well, because you, every minute, essentially, you're looking at a new thing and you're interested in, oh, what is this new thing, and, like, tell me about this. And it's not like making one animation and talking about it for 30 minutes, which would, for some people, it always depends on the person, of course, and, like, preferences. But for some people, if you had a 30-minute video about one animation, it would get boring to them and they would, like, skip through and then be done with it. So I think this is actually a really cool idea for a video, and, like, for retention, I guess, like viewer retention. Thank you for all the nice comments. Yeah, you absolutely deserve them, though. You better take these to heart. You better remind yourself that you make really cool stuff. We're gonna talk about that in a moment, though. Yeah, okay, let's watch one more and then we will talk about the channel.
Again, which added another hour, making the total time it took 2 hours and 11 minutes. Feeling pumped and ready to do more, going on to day 3. The prompt was tripping and I immediately knew I wanted to draw Orion, my OC. I've imagined
Little
him
piss
tripping
boy.
on his page many times now, and it's time to finally animate that. I was going to animate a full body, which means there was no way I would be able to color it. I kept the sketch loose and focused on mainly getting it done. Figuring out the timing between Orion stepping on his cape and falling was really hard to get down. It definitely did not help that
this is such a funny thing to animate. Like, if I think about, oh, I want to animate my OCs, I want to, like, animate the cool stuff, you know, and there are RTL just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna do all my OC tripping on their own cape.
couldn't find reference, but I got something down in the end. The animation took around 1 hour and 21 minutes. Overall, I like it. Look at him. Look at his little face.
Look at him just dying. My baby boy girl falling. Let's go, dude. I tend to really cut down on script on things that I find unnecessary. A lot of other 30-day challenges got to 40 to 50 minutes. Mine just happened to land around 30. Yeah, absolutely. I think this is a pretty good practice if like faster paced videos is what you want to make. I think especially for this one, it's like very, very interesting. Like I could watch the whole video, not gonna lie. Yeah, but there are some like content types that like this doesn't apply to every channel, just, you know, because there's a lot of people watching right now. Not every channel needs to do like snappy editing and doing something new every minute and stuff like that. But I think that this does work pretty well for especially like challenge videos. I think it works as a concept. Okay. So, let's talk, guys, let's talk. I have slime in my throat, let's go. So, kind of what I wrote down about them is, I think they have, first of all, good editing, they have good thumbnails, we talked about that. They have like a nice way of speaking. Like I think their way of speaking is entertaining and it's not boring. It's not like overly like fast or overly slow or something. I think they are very nice to listen to. The visuals are nice. Like they have their little oh my god, not the ads. Why? I don't want an Xbox, please leave. Jesus. They have a little overlay, which also is not necessary, but it is nice. And also their little drawing sprite. Give me that AdSense. Yeah, okay, fair. You know what? I'll take the ads on like actual like artist videos and stuff. German ads, yeah. You guys can all get German Xbox now. Yeah, I think their editing is absolutely solid. Basically, I think that they have really good videos, really good thumbnails, really good titles. I think this is a really good channel. I think this is an underrated channel. Yeah, I think my main concern when I look at this channel, we're gonna talk about what they wanted to do with their channel as well in a moment. But what my main concern when I look at this channel is like, how do you keep making animation challenges like every month and then make it into a video? Because my my thought process from my experience is that people like this who kind of seem like they are like insanely good at just everything, like titles, thumbnails, video editing, animating, art, tend to be the people who tend to work a lot and work more than they maybe should. So my main concern is actually, I hope that you will never get burnt out, and I hope that you take care of yourself. Because I think that your channel is actually like really genuinely really cool, and you have a lot of skills in all the fields that you need to do art YouTube, which is actually one of the reasons I think I wanted to look at this channel last as like an example of like, oh, this is how you should, like, this is a good channel, I guess. Not how everyone should make their channel, because people want to do different things and stuff, but this is a good example of a channel that I think has very high potential, and is already really cool. Yeah, they did write that they are mainly doing like established IP content, like established fandoms, to get more views, but they want to shift to OCs and original content more. And yeah, they will also like to do comic challenges. So about the OC thing, I think that doing animatics and like animated content with your OCs is absolutely like a really good idea. I know that there's a lot of people who love watching OC animatics, even if they know nothing about the OCs, because it's just interesting to watch. And like animatics are usually short, usually very packed with content, usually very interesting. So I think that is generally a good thing you can do. The concern that I have with doing OC animatics on this channel would be that it could end up splitting your audience between people who want to see, you know, our challenge videos and people who want to see actual, like, just animations, because it is a different, like, even if both videos are about animation, like one video is an animatic of your OCs, and then the other video is a challenge where you animate and you explain what you're doing and stuff. That is two very different types of videos, even though it is about the same broader thing like animation. So I feel like that could potentially be a thing that could split your audience a little bit. There is definitely an overlap between like people who want to watch videos where you talk about animation versus just, you know, animatics and stuff. But yeah, it is a concern that I have. But I think definitely you can definitely try posting like OC animatics on your channel and see how it goes. If you run into the issue of like you notice that maybe only your challenge videos get traction but not your OC animatics, or vice versa, I would potentially make a second channel that is then just for your OC animatics or for your challenge videos, depending on what you want to do, and also like what does better, because obviously if your OC animatics do better on this channel, then you want to probably keep them on this channel and move the other content to the new channel. Okay, what did you guys write? Burnout is always a concern. I've been trying to pace myself better. You can see that going from 30-minute videos to 8-minute videos. Yeah, oh yeah. Obviously, making longer videos is gonna take a lot more time. For me, I think doing longer videos is always, it gets so time consuming because you have to go through so much more footage, you have to go through so much more audio, you have to go through a longer video overall, you have to edit a longer video overall, so the time that you spend on it just gets higher and higher and higher. So that's yeah, definitely a thing to keep in mind. And especially for challenge videos, I think both shorter and longer videos can work well, so you can do whatever you feel like. I also think another thing that people often worry about a lot is upload schedule and like uploading frequently, which leads to burnout pretty easily from my experience. Haha. I think if you decide that you actually prefer making longer videos, you could also totally just increase the time that is between videos you upload, because, or like especially for something like animation, right? Like if you animate something, it can take months and months and months depending on level of polish and stuff, or length. But for stuff like that where you put a lot of work into one video, I think it is totally valid to just increase the time you spend between uploads. I know people always say like, oh, the algorithm is like gonna hate you if you don't upload frequently, but I feel like that is not really the case on YouTube, at least. Like on stuff like Instagram and stuff, yeah, definitely, but on YouTube, for long form videos, not for shorts, for long form videos, I think having even months in between your videos, if your videos are good, if you have an audience for it, then absolutely people will come back and watch it, because the algorithm isn't like it doesn't punish you for not uploading all the time, basically. The thing that is good about uploading frequently is that you have the higher chance to attract new people with each video. So it kind of can add up on your channel, but it's not necessarily the only way to do things. Yeah, okay, what else do we have? Is it bad to have two sets of audience because you like doing two different things? It depends, like highly depends. We have a channel coming up that does art videos and also like music covers, which I guess you could in a way combine them, but in my opinion, with stuff like this, it's better to have two channels instead of one and just split them. Yeah, we'll talk about that more later. Only way I can think of merging is if people make animatics and the ways of making animatics specifically. Oh yeah, like for example, what I could also imagine in this case working is if you make an animatic and then you make a video specifically about that animatic afterwards, or maybe before, it depends, because then people could be interested in like how it was made. Yeah. I'd replace my OCs with an IP when doing an animation style challenge. I hope people stay for the familiar content format. That is, I think, a good idea, as long as it doesn't, like, as long as it's something that you like doing, because I know for me personally, I'm very weird when it comes to making fandom content, because maybe sometimes I get like a spark of inspiration for it, and then I either make the video or the inspiration kind of goes away and I don't feel like making a video about that fandom anymore, because yeah, it's just weird like that. And if I do decide to do it anyways, then it will take me more time, it will take me more energy, I will feel like I'm kind of wasting my time in a way, because I don't actually feel like spending my time on making content for a lot of fandoms. It doesn't feel fulfilling to me. And there you have to see where you stand, because if it's similar for you, then while you can certainly try to make that work, I would say don't try to do it in the long run, because you might also burn yourself out with that, because maybe people don't realize this, but burnout isn't just about how much work you do. It's also about the way you like feel and think about things. Because, for example, if I imagine I tried to make a channel that was completely focused on like blowing up in art YouTube, and I just did I don't know, fandom content and like popular challenges and stuff, I would not feel internally rewarded for that. I do not feel the internal drive to do that. It would completely just be the external drive to like have a popular channel or something, which in the end 100% would burn me out, because I would just feel like I'm not doing what I actually enjoy, and that can also lead to burnout even if you keep like your workload manageable and stuff. But yeah, realest thing I've ever heard, I'm not even established like you, so I'm just focusing on getting my stuff out there, which means IP stuff. I'm not sure what you were replying to anymore, because I just kept yapping. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough to have a YouTube channel. It's not the easiest thing. You can very very easily back yourself into a corner and burn yourself out and whatnot, because people forget the reason or like the internal motivation they have. Why are you guys beeping? Who beeped? Why are you beeping? What is happening?
Uh-oh.
Beep. Meow. Okay, cool.
What's going
Beep.
on? What's going on?
I've been burned out a lot by posting a lot of videos that I could handle, and now I'm slowly getting back and deciding to post less. Yes, please. Please pace yourself. Please take your time. Chat is tweaking. Absolutely. Woof.
Is an ad playing? What's going on?
I don't know. Leo right now? Woof woof. Okay, Leo. Can you bark?
Don't make me bark.
Don't you want to bark?
No.
Oh, that's so mean. What if the people want to hear you bark?
Bro, I bark like a chihuahua.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
So stop.
Do you guys want to hear a chihuahua bark?
You're mean.
Yen asked Leo, do you want a treat?
No.
Oh, Leo, do you want a treat?
No. No, don't you dare.
Okay, people also have no idea what's happening. That's great. Anyways. Okay, let me take off my jacket because I'm sweaty. I just showered today. This is mean. Okay. Bye, jacket. Will is tripping. Oh my god. Did you guys know that I can technically also take off some of the clothes on the model? I don't think I have it set up, and I'm also not gonna do it, but I could. I can take away the tablet, I think. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Are you guys do you guys like this? When I take away the tab. Okay. Okay, to conclude. So hot /J. What do you mean /J? Okay, to conclude with this channel, I think this is a very underrated channel. I think you have a lot of skills, very like high potential. I can definitely see that if you keep going with your channel, it will eventually, like, there will be one video that probably blows up for some reason, and then people will also watch, like, it's, for example, if you post an art challenge video like one of these, and it blows up, I think the chance is high that they will also go and watch some of the older videos. So I can see that your channel might come to like a tipping point where people find you, and then, you know, they're gonna be excited that you have good content. Yeah. Thank you for the praise and advice. Definitely going to be following your new channel and content. Super excited for your OC content. Hell yeah. If you ever wanna yap about art YouTube or OCs, feel free to hit me up on Discord. Oh, hell yeah. I've seen that you joined the server, I think, today, so that's very cool. Hehe. Art YouTuber privileges, I guess. Yeah, I'm also excited for my OC channel. I'm very scared and excited, and we're gonna see how it goes. We can talk about that later too if you guys want to know a little bit about what I've been thinking. But yeah, for now, let's move on. We've been here for an hour, guys.
Will? Do you want me to, like, remind you when you're spending too much time on a channel? Or can you manage?
Yeah, let's say 20 minutes, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then
I think these are also the channels where I have the most written down and stuff, and yeah. Again, if you guys have more questions, I will answer questions at the ending of the stream, so just keep them in mind. Okay, we have Yen here. Do we have Bella Days here? Is Bella Days here today? I'm sorry, Yen, but you're gonna be pushed back if Bella Days is here, because you're just a hater.
Oh my god.
think Bella Days might not be here.
Bella Days, are you here with us? Give us a sign.
I don't see a Bella Days in chat. This is tragic. Not present. Okay, gotcha. Alright, Yen, then it is your time. Your time to be executed in front of the public. Feels like we're trying to communicate with ghosts, real.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet taste of death. Let's go, dude. Okay, so Yen. Yen. Okay, first of all, little preamble about Yen. Yen is the biggest hater of this channel, the absolute biggest hater of me and also Leo. They are very, very mean, of course. They hate our content, and they frequently tell us how much they hate watching us, and then stay there for the entire duration of the stream.
Because they hate us so much.
Oh yeah, side plug, if you guys want to hear me yap, sometimes I am on my girlfriend's stream on Twitch. Wait, should I pull this up? I'm gonna pull this up later, but yeah, Snowbell official on Twitch. I'm sometimes there and just existing. But yeah, Yen said, I'm the biggest hater and I have to hate them to the fullest. Number one hater. Absolutely. Number one hater. If there is ever anyone in chat that is sending hate messages, sorry, but you're not the number one hater. You can't actually like harm us because we have Yen, and Yen is always going to be the number one hater. Why are they the hater? Because Yen is just a hater, dude. What can I say? Have you seen Yen write in chat? Have you seen what Yen writes? Howdy. Evil smiley. Okay, let's talk about Yen. So, as you guys can maybe tell from the channel, they are mainly doing animation memes slash animatics about their OCs. And they wrote basically that they were like wondering how to bring people in. Okay. I'm just gonna look, we're just gonna look at some of them together. I do think I have to keep them muted because they are copyrighted. So you guys just have to imagine the music, okay? Maybe I'll just try to sing along really shittily.
Just beatbox and
Yen, do you want to tell me which one is your, like, the one that you're the most proud of? Why are you reviewing a hater, Jen, or is it like a joke? Yen is
totally not a joke.
It's totally not a joke. Yen is just the most hater that has ever existed. Yeah, that's why we're reviewing them. Yeah, that's how it works. The newest one, okay. Then let's look at this one. Okay, let's see. You guys can't hear anything, so I'm just gonna vibe. Okay, first thing I want to say, I'm gonna keep the lyrics on, I guess, so you guys can read. It's so awkward. It's a really good song. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, you guys can't hear. First thing I want to say. So this is a thing I see sometimes with animatics that doesn't matter as much on popular, like already established channels, but I think that might matter on smaller channels that do animatics is having a long intro where basically nothing is happening. Like you have the title screen, you have the artist name, and then you have the song name, which is standard, right? But the thing is, in my opinion, it drags on for like a little bit too long. Even if it fits with the music, I personally would not do this, because if I watch an like animation video, it might like make people think that it's gonna be very slow, and it's just like, and then the next visual is like this, right? I think I would get into the action sooner. I think, let me compare this for one second. Let me compare this to my, oh my god, not my old video showing up first, guys. Oh my god, this skirmish content, bro. Can I click on my channel, maybe? Oh my god, I'm live. Wow, who would have guessed? So if we go to my animation, like we'll see animation, right? Which I think I also have to keep muted because it's also copyrighted. Goodbye. I start off with an animated visual. You immediately get something where like, okay, something is gonna happen. You immediately know what the art style is, you immediately know who the character is. Chrome is a paid actor, real. You immediately get a feel of what the quality of the video is. And then I have the title screen, where it's like, okay, trigger warnings, song name, artist name. And even with the title screen, you know, there's a little bit of animation, like the flames are flickering, there's some camera movement, there's a little bit of, you know, blood on the chandelier stuff. Yeah, I think it can help to get to the action faster, or to have something interesting in the beginning. I don't think you need to put like immediately skip all of this and immediately go to the animation. I think what you could do, for example, is put the title screens onto a more like interesting visual that represents what the animatic is. Like, for example, you could have something like this with the title screen that maybe isn't really part of the actual animatic in a sense, but is still like, you know, there to set the mood essentially. Okay, let's actually watch through this though. Sitting inside, I had the music on so I could hear it, but now I also have it off, and it is really awkward if you don't have music for animatics. Do you guys like silence? Short little microwave in there. And as far as I know, like the like little bit like lighter parts here are from an older animation as well. I just can't get over the silence, I'm sorry. Okay, let's stop here for a moment. Okay, what did you guys write? It's hard to have an interesting intro when you write your story by doing these animatics. I wanted to have an intro, but I couldn't think of something that would fit the mood or lore being established there. That is totally valid. I think, but I do think that like it would be beneficial to kind of like think of something creative to start with. What do you think about having those titles, but the red parts of it would be animated? I think that would be slightly more interesting. I don't know if it would make a big difference, to be honest. I think if you cut down the length of the beginning, like 20 seconds in is basically where the animation like properly starts. If you cut it down to maybe 5 to 10 seconds for the title screens, like one or multiple, it would be better if you have static screens where nothing much is happening. But in general, I think it would probably, for the beginning, when you don't really have like a big audience, it might be better to go with something that especially resonates with the thumbnail. So you could also literally just put the exact frame from the thumbnail with the title screen information as the beginning, keep it relatively short, and then go into the animation. I think that's also probably better than, you know, the title screen you have on this currently. Yeah, people are complimenting Yen's art style. Yen, absolutely, really, really cool art style. I think the stylization with the grayscale and red is really cool because obviously it also saves time. Kind of simplistic shading, which obviously very good for animatics and animation. Also, obviously, the actual animation is really cool. Like, look at this, goddamn. Very, very cool. I also like that there is camera movement on the scenes that are basically static, because that does add interest. Or like the little like outline wiggles. The art style would taste like ink, absolutely. Okay. So, okay. I have a couple of general things that partially, like some of them apply to Yen, most of them I think don't. But I wanted to talk about like in general things that I've seen with channels that are just OC animation / animatic / animation meme. Because I think there are kind of three main things that I've seen where I think it could be why people's like animation channels aren't working well. One is that your art or composition skills are not that good yet, which is absolutely valid. Like you can still upload animations if they're a bit scuffed, if you know, you're a bit newer to art, you don't feel confident yet and stuff. Absolutely do that. But, you know, it might be part of the reason why your channel isn't working well. Not talking about Yen, by the way. We will talk about Yen in a moment. This just in general. And I think that, yeah, if you're newer to it and you don't really feel like you have things figured out and you don't really know how to do composition, you don't really know how to pace your video, always trying to delay stuff about me. Yep, absolutely. If you don't know how to pace your video, those are things that you should look into, that you should try to improve on. Because, you know, for animation meme channels, the main thing about your channel that is drawing people in is your like art style and your composition and your like pacing skills and your animating skills. So if those aren't up to a certain standard, that could be why the channel isn't working. Second reason why your animation channel might not be working is because you haven't been doing it for that long. By which I mean not necessarily that your skills aren't good, but more that your channel is new and that you have only a couple videos. Maybe you only post OC content, which is harder to maybe stumble onto. Yeah, so basically my advice for if you have a newer channel that does only animation videos, probably just keep going for a while and see where it goes, because yeah, sometimes it just takes time. And then the third reason I think that some channels are not, you know, picking up is sometimes literally because you're unlucky. Like, this can have so many reasons, but sometimes you may make actually really good animation memes that are high quality, good art style, good pacing, cool story, whatnot. But sometimes it may just not get picked up by the algorithm for whatever reason. Like, I would say usually there could be a reason for it, but it can feel very random and you might not ever find out what the reason is. So yeah, sometimes it's unlucky, man. Sometimes it'd be like that, you know. In which case you can only try to keep going, or maybe if you feel like your channel is actually cursed, like if you post like, I don't know, 20 animation memes and they're all like really high quality, and nothing picks up, then maybe I would actually try opening a new channel and see if your channel is cursed or something. Yeah, sometimes it can be weird. For Yen specifically, I think what applies here is mainly that you haven't uploaded that many videos yet, and I think if you keep going in the direction of, for example, the newest one, which I think has pretty good pacing and art style and whatnot, I think you... Sorry, I have to yawn. I think you're gonna get it to work, I think, in my opinion. Because I think you do have the skills for it.
Well, I'm gonna go get a snack and check if the dogs are outside. Would you want something? Should I get you something out of the kitchen?
No, I'll just go eat later.
Yeah? Okay. I'll be right back, yeah?
Okay. Gleamy Arts wrote, I used to make art roasting videos before the trend a few years ago and they didn't get many views, but now roasting is popular. That's the thing though, like, you can do like videos on a trend, but if your video editing is off, if your pacing is off, if your thumbnails are off, if your titles are like off, then you can do as many trends as you want, but if you don't have the like appropriate skills for it, it could also just not work because of that. Not saying that that's necessarily the case for you. I don't know. I don't know your content, but that can definitely be a part of it too. So like, don't forget that sometimes it is just that you need to work on your video skills. Okay, I had a couple of things to say about the Yen still, and then we can move on to the next channel. Yeah, one thing I did write down about Yen is, while I think your like animation and stuff is solid, I think you could absolutely work on a little bit on editing, maybe more different camera movements than just like the like linear pan, and also like compositing, maybe putting a bit of more of an atmosphere on it, color grading, which like isn't super necessary, but just having like a little bit of a vibe. Like, okay, for example, my animation, let's go here. This frame that you're seeing is not the actual colors that I animated in. The actual colors that I animated in are a little bit different. It looks less uniform in my like animation file. You can tell there's like a little bit of like, if you look at the background, for example, the background here is brighter than the background here. Same for the suit, it gets like darker the further out from his face you go. That is like, I put some effects on it basically to make it look more uniform, so it all fits in together, because otherwise it looked a little bit out of place. Yeah, so that can sometimes help kind of create like somewhat of a better vibe for the video, set the atmosphere, make it kind of like spooky or happy or whatever you want for your project. Yeah. Okay, the other thing is, if you do, well, the milk is empty. Just get new milk. Didn't we have like a lot? Okay. Yeah, the other thing I wanted to say, if you do, this is also for anyone who does mainly OC animation memes. If you do have a fandom that you like, that you want to animate for, like actually want to, not because of you know, clicks and stuff, if you actually feel like doing it, and if there's like a popular animation meme that's happening that you think fits your characters, I think it could be a good idea to now and then like hop on the trend, hop on the fandom, and do like an animation for that, because I think for animation and animation memes, I do think there is a big chance that people will also look at your OC stuff, because you know, animation is just very, I think, universally appreciated by people. Never mind, I'm blind. Oh my god, Leo. Yeah, I think if you do that now and then, it could be helpful maybe, but also again, don't overdo fandom content if you don't want to focus on fandom content, because if you know, pull too many viewers from fandom content, they might be only there for the fandom content. So definitely keep your focus on OC content if that is what you want to do. Yeah, otherwise for Yen, just keep going. I think you are doing pretty good, and I think you will keep improving. And yeah, you make very cool animations. And my throat is extremely dry. I hope my voice recovers until Monday, because I need to record some video voiceover. Yippee! Thanks for the shitty advice. No problem, man. No problem. Gulp jump scare? Oh my god. Is it really that loud? Okay. This means I have one more specific channel to talk about, and then we're gonna go into more general advice and FAQ. Same though, I've drunken 3 water bottles during this. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the drinking doesn't really help that much for me. I think I might have an issue with like... Okay, first of all, I don't talk much in general, so this is very like my voice is not used to this. But also, I feel like I might be speaking from like... Okay, this is like a bit like vocal nerd music stuff, but basically when you talk or when you sing, you don't want to talk from like out of your throat, like you don't want to push anywhere in your throat. because that's gonna exhaust your throat and like make you hoarse, but you want to talk from your stomach, and maybe I'm not doing that currently. So yeah. Okay, let's see. I assume Bella Days is still not in the chat. Is Bella Days here? Bella Days, are you present? Oh, Leo, actually, could you boil some water and fill up the cup?
You tell me this at the perfect time. I just came upstairs.
Yippee! Bye, Leo.
Bye, Will. Again. You better take care of my milkies.
Everyone is waiting for Bella. It doesn't really matter. Like, we're just gonna talk about them anyways, because I know that Bella is actually my top commenter on my entire channel. I think YouTube Studio says they've written over like 100 comments, even though I only have like, I don't know, 10 videos or something. Yeah, so I've seen them. I've seen them around, and I assume they will watch the stream. So we're gonna talk about them. And they're not even here right now. We can talk shit. No, I'm just kidding. We're not gonna talk shit about them. We're nice. This is not a roasting video. This is a serious review video. So you have to be engaging with the channel to get. No, you don't. I picked the channels based on, like, I checked almost all of the reviews I got, all of the submissions I got, and I based it on what I think would be the most helpful, what I have the most to say about, and a lot of channels applied with things that I think are more generalized, which we're gonna talk about later. So if you submitted your channel and you fall into one of the categories I will talk about, then this will probably be helpful to you. Or like, for example, with Yen, I picked them because they have an animation meme channel, which I assume some of you guys probably have or want to have. So that means the advice I give them can also be helpful to you. So yeah. Okay, let's talk about Bella Days. They currently post convention vlogs, they post some art videos, and they also actually post music covers that they actually sing for. First of all, I checked out like each of the different video types, obviously, and I was actually like really impressed with their singing. Like, they have a really good singing. Yeah, like, I was actually surprised their singing is really good. Is it too late to submit today? Yes, it is too late, unfortunately. I don't think I will be looking at any of the submissions after this. Okay. They also have vlogs, which I am not gonna really talk about. Okay, Leo is currently bringing me tea.
It's hot.
Yeah, that's what happens when you boil water. Anyways. Okay, not gonna talk about their vlogs too much because it's mainly about, the review is mainly about art stuff. The one thing I do have to say about the vlogs is that they are, the pacing is a little bit slow, and they could maybe condense it more. So if you're watching this, Bella, I think you are very charismatic, but I think you could cut together your vlogs a little bit more, make them a little bit shorter, make them a little bit more snappy. And for example, when you make videos about a specific convention, you could put the whole convention into one video as well, and just keep it short and simple and snappy. Yeah, okay, now let's look at the art videos, which I'm gonna actually talk about more. Let's go in with this one. I think they use a lot of copyrighted music, so we have to be a little bit careful. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna go play maybe like 10 seconds at a time, so that we definitely don't get issues, and then we can talk about it. Okay, Animal Crossing music is safe. Oh, you guys can't hear. Wait, you guys can't hear. Hold up. Let me, yeah, okay. Gotta watch this chair spin again. I'm just gonna skip. Okay, first thing I want to say, that you may have noticed, the video introduction starts at 1 minute. Not the main topic of the of the video, but the introduction to the video starts at 1 minute. I think, first of all, one of the first things I noticed, I think they have a lot of charisma, and they are good at like joking around and talking, and but it is completely fine to have like a funny scene in the beginning, like this. If I edited this video, I would have kept this as the beginning and then immediately skipped to where they actually start talking about the video, because the entire part in between is like, it's funny, but it's way too, like Renee said it, way too drawn out. Way too drawn out. It doesn't have anything to do with the actual video. It's fine to have like a short little funny clip in the beginning and stuff, but it's a bit too drawn out. Other thing, the music is, in my opinion, too loud. Personally, with music, this is general advice for all of you guys listening right now. If you put background music in your videos, please listen to the video on your phone once it's done, and on your headphones once it's done, because phones and headphones, like actual speakers and headphones, can sound different. And if your music is too loud, the chance that people will stop watching is very high, because people are gonna have trouble understanding you and people are gonna get annoyed by the music. So, personally, when I put background music, I tend to err on the side of caution. I tend to make it more quiet than maybe it needs to be, because even if the music is like barely audible, that's still better than not being able to understand what you're saying. Even having no music is still better than not understanding what you're saying. That's still like way better than being distracted by really loud music the whole time. So yeah, okay, let's go.
Hey, let's get into this video, shall we? Hey! Really?
I'm sorry, I have to skip a bit because of the music. I'm not sure if it's copyrighted.
Like, I didn't think that... How many are there of you?
Okay, so then they talk about their subscriber count and like being happy that they have I think almost 1,000 at this point, which is cute, and I think you can have that in a video, but I would not put it at the beginning of the video, because people are gonna be confused, especially new viewers are gonna be confused, and people will think that you ramble on for the entire video, which is not what people are there for. They're usually there to watch something specific. So if you want to talk about like subscriber count, being happy about subscriber goals and stuff like that, put it at the end, I think, in my opinion. We're just gonna skip.
Other than wow, I know I did on
Yeah.
beauty post.
Okay, so 2 minutes in, they're basically still talking about stuff that is not the video topic, which is not great for YouTube videos. Yeah, but they are very charismatic. Like, they're a charismatic talker, charismatic speaker. So I think that's really cool, but I think that this is not, like, good for a video intro. Love the charisma, absolutely. Well, what's the video topic? Exactly. Exactly.
Only reason for that is because my studio flooded. I know.
Also, the editing in the intro it's minimal editing, like the zoom in, but I think it's really good if they weren't talking about stuff that is completely irrelevant to the video for 2 minutes into the video.
That kind of sucks. But hey, at least we can do an updated studio.
Chariz.
Right? Other than little content corners, I've just been losing my mind over this. Shall we?
Yeah, okay. Almost 3 minutes in, we're getting into the video now. Okay, so as far as I know, this could be about nothing. Exactly. So personally, my like rule of thumb is kind of by about a minute, I want to start being in the actual content of the video, not in the intro, in the actual middle of the video where stuff happens. So how do you like structure an intro? Like in an intro, personally, what I always put is like, either I jump right in with like the MLP video I did. I sang the intro of MLP with like screaming at the end because it's like funny and like a way to get people interested in like what is happening. I guess I can show you guys so you actually know what I'm talking about, because I know I don't use copyrighted music. Okay, let's go on my old channel. Let's go. I don't know why it always has my old channel in the thing, but yeah, it does. So okay. Let's look at the... Actually, will I cringe if I look at the MLP video?
It is a little bit older.
Yeah, it's a little bit older. Let's look at the OC video. What is the video I started interesting with? Damn it, the MLP intro was really iconic, but I don't want to look at it. Okay, let's just look at this video. Heyo, I'm Will, and I'm one of those people who always love the villains way more than the protagonists. Okay, so I start out by being like, okay, hello, I'm Will. That is like 3 words, okay? If you do an intro where you introduce yourself, don't do like, okay, I'm this person and I do this stuff and I'm this years old and blah, 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 blah. Do a short intro where you're like, okay, hey, this is me and we're gonna do this. I immediately talk about something that relates to the video, which is the video title is I redesigned my villain characters, and I start out by explaining that I always like villain characters more than hero characters. The Tricks, Azula. You're an L-take. The Fatui Harbingers, Hannibal. Those are some of my favorite characters, and all I want is to see them succeed in their morally questionable endeavors. But sadly, some of them never really did, so in 2020, I had the amazing idea to just make my own villain characters to obliterate everything in their past. So, okay, by this point, I tell you, okay, I'm making villain OCs. By this point, you kind of know, okay, this video is about villain OCs. Like, obviously, it's in the title, but you're kind of like, okay, this video is actually about villain OCs and not about someone talking about other things for 2 minutes. Will is also throwing out keywords that people can catch on, which helps the retention. Yes, absolutely. And thus, Disaster Universe, aka the world I slept all of my OCs into. And then I introduce what the video is about, which is Disaster Universe, which is my OC universe, which people do not know, so I actually have to introduce the OC universe, and I say, this is where I put my characters into, this is the universe, like my universe, where my characters exist in. So people who don't know the universe, which is most people who click on this video, can understand it and are not confused and click off the video because they don't know what's going on. And uses relatability in the intro, yes, absolutely. was born. Basically, there's humanoid beings called demons who have always existed on Earth, but and then I explain the main thing about the Zest universe, so like people can kind of get what's going on. And then, okay, you will be flashed by this, but at 1 minute today, we're actually getting into the video. We're getting actually into the drawing of the video, which is the main thing I'm doing in this video. Yeah, so usually this is how my videos start. I explain stuff, I introduce myself really short, and by a minute we will get into the content. Sometimes, where did I do this? Sometimes I will not immediately get to the drawing.
Shoppen, was du siehst? Nutze deine
Shut,
Kamera.
shut. Okay, by my Patreons. Okay, this one starts with my Patreons. Shout out to my Patreons, by the way. This one starts with my Patreons, which you can absolutely put like a couple seconds of something that is important to you in the beginning, like Patreon shout out, shop shout out, like if you have a merch store or something, or, you know, little outtake clip like in the beginning of this video where the person was like on their chair. And then you get into the intro. You know that feeling when you doodle a silly guy on a page and suddenly you have a whole story in your head, including their personality, love interest, and the tragic backstory where their parents abandoned them? Congrats, it's an original character. So yeah, we already are explaining what an OC is, which some people might not know, so it's important to say. But sometimes when you have characters long enough, they start to outgrow their lore and design, which is exactly my issue with these two characters. And I explain why I want to redesign my characters. Today, I'm gonna be redesigning them. Let me introduce you to Deus and Dusa. Then I talk about both characters, because obviously people don't know them, so they need some context. Yeah, and then at a minute I, you know, talk about both of the characters a little bit more, because, you know, sometimes you need a bit more context. So in this case, in this case that counts for me as like part of the main video and not the intro. So we are like, this is at like 1.5 minutes. Yeah, and then we talk about the two characters for context, because without context it would be really weird. And then, oh my god, and then we get into the main portion of the video, which is drawing. Yep. So that is kind of how I do intros and how I recommend doing intros. And then an ad, yep, and then an ad, and then you get money, and then you pee. Getting ads on your own videos is insane. The thing is, I am not logged in currently, but also you do get ads on your own videos when you are logged in. Like, oh my god, this happens to me so many times where I will upload a video and I want to check it because I want to make sure that like it's uploaded correctly, and then I just get ads the entire time, and I'm just like, bro, I don't even know if this video is gonna stay up. Maybe I have to delete it because something went wrong. And then you pee? Damn. Bro, I have premium, that is insane, and at least you're the one that gets ads. Bro, dude, can't like YouTube partners actually get premium for free? Like,
Yeah,
come on.
right?
I'm literally making YouTube money. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? You already take like, I don't know how much it was. Was it 55 or 45%? They take 55 or 45% of my ad revenue, guys. That is how much they take.
Yeah.
And I cannot have premium for free. Come on.
I think if you make enough money to basically pay for YouTube Premium, then they should literally just give it to you. Like,
Yeah.
I'm talking about the percentage that they take off. If that is already as much as YouTube Premium is, at least they should give you access to YouTube Premium.
Yeah.
That is so sad.
Okay. Anyways, let's continue. I have an ad blocker in order to make you poor. Honestly, I can't even be mad about that. Okay, we have to be careful because I don't know if it's copyrighted.
Oh, so, we're back with Concept Corner, and it's quite the journey, really. It's kind of crazy on how far this has actually gotten. I kind of wrote 2 chapters for Ghost by Candlelight. I have other concepts written for this thing.
Yeah, and then we have drawing footage and them talking, obviously. So I'm not gonna go through most of this because copyright music, but okay, let's talk about the content a little bit, okay? So, first of all, I already talked about this in the section about, like, you know, how I make intros and stuff. I think this video would benefit from you explaining your OC universe a little bit. You don't have to, like, obviously if you've talked about it before, you don't have to go super in depth with this. You can just summarize it, but it would be helpful, I think, for people who don't know, you know, like, they just don't know your OC universe and they don't know what's going on. Yeah, I already said that basically you wanna talk about what is actually happening in the video, in the intro, and you don't want to take too long on that. And then the other thing that I noticed for them is, okay, let's look at this video specifically, okay? The video is titled Ghosts by Candlelight Concept Corner. And I think if I got this in my recommended feed, I would not really know what it's about. It could be about voice acting, it could be art, it could be about writing, it could be about pretty much anything that has to do with fictional characters, I think. It could be a fandom, I don't know, like, I've never heard of it, so maybe it's a fandom. Yeah. So, I feel like the title and thumbnail are not really helping establish what the video is about. I think it would be better if you called the video something more generalized. Like, okay, I'm not 100% sure what's happening in the video. So, like, if you are exploring character concepts, for example, you could call it something like exploring character concepts, designing OCs, designing my original story, coming up with an original story, stuff like that, where it's like very general, but people generally get what the video is. And also I would not put the like OC franchise title text onto the thumbnail unless you have an established fandom. Like, Hazbin Hotel can do this because people know the Hazbin Hotel logo. Genshin Impact can do this because Genshin Impact is a very known thing that people recognize. But you can't really do it with an OC story because people don't know what it is. They're just going to be like, what is this? I don't get it. So I think it would be helpful to kind of look into what other art YouTubers are putting in their thumbnails that are successful with their OC content on YouTube, and kind of do something similar that's still in your style though. Yeah. Yeah, I already talked about that the music is too loud, in my opinion. Yeah. Okay, so overall... Oh my god, I'm burping. So overall, I think that Bella here has actually, like, a really entertaining way of talking, and I think a lot of potential to have a very interesting channel and very interesting content, I would definitely separate your like singing videos, these singing videos. I think this is a singing video. I'm not sure if this is a singing video, it might just be an OC video. Put your singing videos on a separate channel, because I do not see a reason to have them on the same channel. I feel like it's very mostly unrelated to your OC content, which is I think the main thing you want to do. So I think I would focus on the OC content and put the singing videos where you are like covering, you know, a song, put that on a new channel. I think that would be helpful, because your audience is gonna be confused if they're getting singing content or OC content. I think the vlogs, you could argue about if it's good to have on this channel. I think it's fine to have on an OC channel, convention vlogs. It might not get the same like audience or views as the other videos, but I think overall it's fine. I would just put one convention into one video, not split it up too much. You could also make another channel for vlogs if that's what you want to focus on, but yeah, I think having this channel for your art content and then another channel for your singing content is probably best, to not have a split audience essentially. Yeah, that is what I want to say about Bella Days. Do you guys have anything else to say about them? Because I will be taking a sip. Gulp ASMR. Sorry, you have to live with the gulp jump scares. I think one more thing that could be relevant too is like maybe okay, so obviously we can't watch a lot of the video because it's copyrighted, but I would assume that you're the type of person that like rambles when you are recording for a video. So you just ramble, you talk about what comes into your head and you keep going, and then you have, you know, 45-minute long videos. I assume you can probably condense those down, cut a little bit out, keep it more short and simple. And then I've also seen that you don't really do a lot of editing in between, like, so there will just be drawing footage on screen for like 10 minutes at a time. And I would probably put a little bit of stuff there. Like, for example, the zoom-ins that you did on your face, you can also do those on the video footage. You can also put stuff on screen that you're talking about. So if you're talking about a specific character, you can put some art of them on screen so people know that you're talking about them. And anything that is relevant in any way, you can also put that on screen for a moment. Yeah. Okay. If nobody else has anything to say about this, then we will be moving on. How many channels are we doing? So the thing is, we've been here for 2-ish hours. And I do have 3 more channels that are like on a speedrun list. And I think I've mostly talked about the stuff, so we'll really quickly speedrun these 3 channels. And then we are gonna talk about general advice. Alright, let's look at this channel. Okay, so this channel does, I think, redesign and rewrite content, which is very cool content to do. And they asked how to make thumbnails that are engaging. They don't always have the time to draw for them. And yeah, okay, so basically they want to know about thumbnails. I think your thumbnails are pretty okay. I don't think they're bad. I think they could be improved. Let me actually make this bigger though, so you guys can see this better, since it is about the thumbnails. Bloop, bloop, bloop. I did watch some of their content, by the way, and they also have a very pleasant, like, talking voice and stuff. So I think their content is actually pretty nice. Yeah, but they mainly asked about the thumbnails, so we'll focus on that. So let's see. What can I maybe focus on? I think the issue with your thumbnails is a little bit that they are very... how do I say this? Simple / generic. Like, it's a little bit hard to tell in some of them what they are meant to be. If I look at first glance, for example, this one, if I look at the thumbnail alone, I'm just like, okay, it's about Doki Doki Literature Club in the early 2000s. But it doesn't, like, I don't know if it's a redesign video or if it's a rewrite video, or like if you're talking about Doki Doki Literature Club in, like, if it's like talking about what happened in the actual 2000s, even though the game wasn't even there then. So I think if it is a redesign, which I think it is, it looks like it, I would maybe put one character, like, pick one of the characters you redesigned, put the original design in the thumbnail, and then next to them the new one that you did, and then write like you know, original, and then early 2000s style, clothing style or whatever, so people know what that it's a redesign video and stuff. I think having a little bit more clarity there would be helpful. With the Danganronpa ones, for example, I think they're fine. I maybe would put the silhouettes and the characters bigger on screen because it is fairly small. And the franchise title, I think, especially when you have a popular franchise and you put art of the original franchise on the thumbnail, I think having the title can be a bit overkill because people can already tell what it's from, because Danganronpa has a very recognizable art style. So I think that's a little bit, doesn't really add to the thumbnail. Maybe they could try incorporating more of their art into the thumbnail. I tend to not click on redesign thumbnails with no art because they tend to blend together. Absolutely. I also, like, I really enjoy when I can see the person's art style on the thumbnail, because it gives me an idea of, like, what the, you know, art is going to look like, obviously. And, you know, if you have a cool art style, or if you have really good coloring skills or something, then I'm more likely to want to click on it, because, you know, I'm interested in seeing how you make those things look good. And this doesn't even have to be like a thing where you have to be super skilled and to make this effective, but I think even this thumbnail is interesting because you can see their old art style, and it's already like a nice art style. Like, it's maybe simplistic and stylized, but it's still a nice art style and it's still cool to look at. Would you say a more unique art style have better traction? It depends on the type of video you're posting. I'm actually going to talk about that later in the general section, so if I forget for some reason, you can remind me later. Okay, so I think that's that. Other than that, I think you can generally just look at what other artist YouTubers that are in your niche are putting on their thumbnails, and I mean specifically videos that like are popular, because you know, that has a better chance of being an actually good thumbnail. Maybe try to look at channels that are pretty small and that have good views on some videos, because with big channels, when they have an established audience, they can post, their thumbnails can be kind of weird and like funky, and people will still click on it, so sometimes it's not the best example. But yeah. Okay, let's look at the next one. They don't have to be detailed either. It's at 720p. Absolutely, thumbnails don't have to be extremely detailed. They just have to get across what the premise. I think this channel is actually quite good at being very clear in some of the thumbnails. Like this thumbnail is very easily readable in my opinion. This thumbnail is very easily readable. This one too. Like these are not very professional thumbnails, like there's not the graphic design isn't amazing and stuff, but I think it gets the point across, and that's what's most important with videos or thumbnails. Okay, so for them I also wrote down that they could work on some of their thumbnails. Like the thumbnail is very confusing to me. It doesn't really tell me what's going on. I'm just like, what? This looks odd. It looks a bit thrown together. These also look a bit thrown together. But yeah, stuff like this is good. Usually you want to be pretty concise with thumbnails and keep it simple and keep it readable. Okay. Okay. One more thing that I had written down for them. If they are watching, then this is for them. I don't want to get too much into this. Basically, they do some interesting editing in the beginning of their videos, but then kind of like...
I did it. I finished an October challenge perfectly in time. With 6 bronze. Also take that as a top. Welcome.
They do interesting editing in the intro, but then during the video it kind of like fades out and that there's not much editing anymore, which I think they could work on a little bit, make it a little bit more interesting. But the intro editing is very, very good. Okay. Let's look at the last speedrun channel, which is this one, which is also about thumbnails. Oopsie. Okay, so I think I saw this person in chat earlier too, and I think you specifically asked about the thumbnails as well. I think you have the same issue as some of the other people that we've talked about, where your thumbnails are a little bit all over the place, and they're hard to read and hard to understand what's going on. Like, from this thumbnail, I would not immediately get that it's an animation reel. I would think that maybe it's like a video about a specific topic with like a very funky art style. or these videos with the titles as well. I don't know what's happening, you know. I think you might have to look a little bit into picking snappier titles and also working on your thumbnails, which is basically what I've talked about 20 times during this video, so I think I'm not gonna go into it again. I think I've said enough about thumbnails, so. Okay, let us actually talk about some general issues that I've seen more often with our channels. But first I will drink and jump scare you guys with my gulping. Okay, drinking ASMR, so true. ASMR. Chat, drink your water or tea or whatever you're drinking. Maybe not alcohol. Maybe don't drink alcohol. Or maybe drink alcohol, what do I know? Okay, let me sit down differently. Drinks dirt. Go ahead, Yen. Go ahead. Just drink some dirt. Okay. Okay, so you guys can already think about some questions that you want me to answer in a moment. I'm gonna talk about some main issues that I have seen across several channels. First one, too many different types of content. Basically, this is what we talked about with Bella Days, where they have vlog content, they have OC art content, and then they have singing content. These are not things that I think will work well on the same channel. I think if you want to do singing content and art content, do 2 channels or find a way to actually combine them into one video. Same goes actually for different types of art content. If you do art challenge videos and animations, I would put those on separate channels if they are not super connected in some way, shape, or form. If you do art tutorial videos and like kind of like Colleen Samdas Arts-esque entertainment art videos that are like joking and edited and whatnot, maybe put those on separate channels if the vibe is different. Like if one vibe is like, oh, you're joking and it's funny, haha, and people are watching because it's funny, and the other video is like a tutorial, like a strict like, oh, if you do line art, do this and that, so your line art is better. If it's like a serious tutorial, not like a jokey tutorial, then maybe put them on the on different channels. Okay, second reason that people's art channels fail. Your videos may lack focus or interest. For example, you put drawing footage without a voiceover, or you put drawing footage with a voiceover but you don't script it and you just talk about random stuff that is maybe not related or has long pauses in between, or a lot of like speaking mistakes and stuff like that. That is generally like can be a little bit boring. Yeah. So essentially there's no real focus. It's kind of like all over the place a little bit. What I do for my videos is I pick out a video topic, I brainstorm ideas, and I write out a script for it. And then I go over the script and I go, okay, is this relevant? Is this not relevant? How do I order the script? How do I make sure that the script is interesting? And would I want to listen to this. When I write a script, I read it out in my head like I would read it out later. So I kind of have like a good vibe of if it's interesting or not. And I also I actually write my script word for word. Not everyone needs to do this. Some people are really good at just speaking out of their ass. I'm not. I write my entire script word for word, the exact way I say it. And I write it in the way that I would talk to a friend, which is, I think, why it's interesting to listen to, because it's not like, I don't know, just like a lecture or something, but more kind of joking, kind of lighthearted and stuff. I find good voiceover is very important because a lot of the audience will be drawing and only be listening for a majority of the time. Yes, absolutely. This is 100% the case, even if they aren't drawing. I think, honestly, okay, hot take. If they aren't drawing, if they're not doing anything but they're just watching your video, I think then it is even more important to have good voiceover. If they're drawing, like if I'm drawing, for example, I can listen to a podcast. I can listen to someone rambling. I can listen to my friends speaking in the voice chat. That's fine. If I'm not drawing, if I am 100% focused on a video, I will be more likely to click off if it's not in some way like engaging. It doesn't have to be super fast editing. It doesn't have to be that you're giving 100% valuable information the entire time. But in some way or form, it has to be relatable or interesting or funny in some way, because then I have a reason to actually watch the video. Yeah. I type as fast as I think, so I write my thoughts down as a script and then start polishing my raw thoughts. Absolutely, you can absolutely do it like that. I think I used to do this more when I wasn't as used to writing scripts, and now it comes more easily, so I usually don't need to go over it too many times before it's done. But yeah, I kind of write what I think, yeah. That is kind of how I do it as well. Okay. Okay, third main issue that I've seen, and this may actually hit some people that are watching right now. I mean, the other things probably also hit some people, but this might hit some people that are watching right now. If you are making a channel and you make content all the time and nothing works, sometimes you are just too young, too unexperienced. You're 12 and you don't know how the world works. I don't mean this in a mean way, by the way. But sometimes you are just a little bit too inexperienced to kind of understand how YouTube works, to understand how videos work, what people are interested in. Yeah, and that doesn't mean you can't upload, but that means that you just have, you know, a road ahead of you that's gonna be taking a while for you to get to those things. And that is totally fine. That is where I started to. Guys, I don't know if you know this, but I made my first YouTube channel when I was like 11. And I made videos on that channel, like actually a lot of videos, like way more videos than I have on both of my channels that are still, you know, not deleted. But those videos weren't great. I actually did have like quite like an audience for the time and for my age, but the video quality wasn't great. It was just yeah, other kids being interested in kid content, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, sometimes it takes time. Sometimes you have things to learn, and I also still have things to learn, so yeah, it takes time, and you always gotta learn stuff. Okay, now I want to talk about something that I have seen time and time again with art YouTubers or aspiring art YouTubers, people that are just getting into YouTube and doing art. That may also hit some of you guys that are currently in chat, because a lot of you guys who sent in the like review form fall into this category. And this is Speedpaints without, not necessarily voiceover, but without direction. So basically what people think is that they can go on YouTube and upload the speed painting footage of their artwork, and it will for some reason be interesting to watch and people will watch it. There will be, oftentimes they will put their favorite music and then no voiceover, and that's what they upload. It's not edited, it's just the drawing footage with music. And we can actually look at this for a moment, because I have quite a few channels that do this. I like speed paints that are just speed paints. We'll get to that in a moment. I'm not saying it's completely wrong to do this, but most channels who do this do not get views. I think this is not the best example for this. Actually, let me... we'll get to this one in 1 second. Okay, yeah. So this channel, you have the typical... Shut. I have to mute the music, but just imagine that there's music. This is a typical... There's music. There is no talking in this video. It's just music and the drawing footage. There's no editing. It is completely just drawing footage and music. Yeah, I think the reason people do this is because it's so easy. Like, it's so easy to put, to get drawing footage and then put music over it and then upload it. It's very easy, it doesn't take a lot of time. The most time it takes is to make the artwork. But this, in my opinion, or in my experience even, I need to recenter my model for a moment. Okay, wow, I'm actually looking at you guys, crazy. In my opinion, and from what I've seen on YouTube in general, this is generally not gonna get you views. The reason is pretty simple, because it's not, there's nothing that is super interesting to watch. The most interesting thing about this is the drawing process. But I think there are very few people who can make just speed paint footage with music work. Okay, let me talk about this. So, you can make speed paint videos work. There are some people, most of you guys in the chat, I think, do not belong into this category. There are some people who can make speed paint videos that are literally just the drawing footage, mostly unedited, with music on top, no voiceover, which get a lot of views. And those are usually either really, really old videos that blew up like ages ago when people didn't really make content, so it was the only like speed paint videos that existed, or it will be really skilled artists that people want to watch the process of, and that people pay attention to the process of because it looks interesting. And not necessarily like the most technically skilled artists. It can also be artists that have like a really, really interesting style. But those are usually what I see when speed paint videos are actually have a lot of views. It's very skilled artists, yeah, who you just want to watch the process of. The second thing that will get views, which is more likely for people to get views with, is speed paint videos that have a voiceover, where you're actually talking about your process or something relating to the artwork, which is basically what my channel is, except that I have more editing. But that can absolutely get views if you have something interesting to talk about and if you know how to talk in like an engaging way and have like, you know, something to say, obviously. The other thing, when you don't have a voiceover, I actually know quite a few art channels who don't have voiceover, who do speedpaint videos, who do pretty well. I can show you one of them, which is, oh my god, what were they called? Kuro. What was the channel called? Kuro. Art tutorial. Kurohshiro, I think. Yeah, Kurohshiro. They make a lot of art videos that is mainly Speedpaint with some editing. And what they do is they don't have a voiceover, but what they do have is ads. No, I mean, yeah, they do have ads, but oh my god, stop. They have ads, yeah, they have ads. What they do is they have snappy editing, first of all, and they write on the video, they write text on the video, what they would, what you would usually say in the video, they write it out in the text. So you actually read the text while you're watching, which is also a way to keep people engaged. And that is something that I've seen work pretty well too. So if you want to make speedpaint videos and you don't want to record voiceover, it can be helpful to put text of what you would maybe be saying. But still, it's still important that you're actually talking about something that is relevant. Because, like, to the video topic, it doesn't necessarily have to be relevant to the drawing, although it would probably be better. But as long as you have, like, a video topic and you talk about the video topic, that can work. I can't believe you reviewed my channel and didn't get on time to see. Wait, which channel are you? You're just called placeholder. Which channel were you? Ah, okay, NMThe. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, we looked at you for a moment. I don't know why. That's so weird. What? Okay. Anyways, technical difficulties, I guess. But yeah, I think if you want to do speedpaint videos, the best bet is always talking. Second best bet is putting, you know, like actually writing about the stuff that the video is about. Or what I've also seen is people editing their time-lapse footage. Oh my god, can I... Okay, there it is. Okay, so this channel is, I think, still growing, but I really like their video editing style, because what they have, first of all, they have really, really good art, like banger art. I guess it's also worth to mention that they do have a big social media following, so they're not starting out from like zero. Because, you know, if you have a following, then it's easier to like kind of pull people over, especially if it's about your art. But what they do, which I think is really, really cool. Oh my god, the ads, dude. Holy shit. What did I click on? Jesus Christ. Okay, it's copyrighted. Let's mute that. What they do, you kind of need the music though, because it's important for the video. Does this one? Is this copyrighted? God damn it. My man, can you like not use copyright music? The ads, dude. What is this even? It's an Oppenheimer song. Yeah, we don't want music soundtrack, movie soundtrack. That's gonna get us killed. What do we do? Oh, this is so bad. I want to show it, but can you like have a single video that's not copyrighted, please? No, this is not the vibe. Mute the music. The music is important for this. That's the issue. Okay, we're gonna... I think we're gonna risk it, but let's... Bro, I'm watching so many ads for this. No, this is definitely gonna get us killed, okay. Okay, let's just try this one and hope we don't die. This is why I said the music is important, by the way. I think you can understand it by now. Yeah, let's look at one where they actually draw though. Yeah, let's just go for it. Oh, no, go back. Go back. Go back. Bye. Jesus Christ.
Shoppen, was du siehst. Für alles, was du...
They got great art, absolutely. So they're also doing the text on screen a little bit, first of all. They have a video topic, which is, you know, their artistic growth for this year, or whatever year it was. And you can already see they are not just putting, you know, the drawing footage, like slap it into the video, don't edit it. They edit it to fit the music, which I think really gives the video like a really cool vibe. And the vibe, of course, is gonna depend on the music for this. So for this one, it's like a very calm, inspiring vibe, I would say. Which I think is a really cool idea for Speedpaint videos, and I can absolutely see these videos getting a lot more traction in the future, because they're very atmospheric, and yeah, I can see it becoming popular. I really enjoy the videos being made like this. It's really cool. So yeah, that's some inspiration for you guys who want to do Speedpaint videos. Yeah. And they also do have some videos. I do have to mute this though. They do have some videos where it's just just about the drawing and not about like progress or other topics. But it's still made the same way. This is still edited to the music. I just can't have the music on this, obviously. But yeah, it's edited to the music. It's cut, so you don't see the whole process. You can focus on some of the like smaller steps. Which, by the way, this is really important. I realized this like pretty recently in the last year or so. When you make Speedpaint videos, this is a study, so it's not like they pulled this out of nowhere. It's based on an existing artwork. But when you make Speedpaint videos, you don't necessarily want to show the whole footage if the footage is the entire focus of the video, because it can get quite boring. Some parts, if you work on really small details, that may be hard to see if you work on them. So cutting it up into pieces where you can only see, you know, steps of the process that are like visually like noticeable, I think is a good way of editing it. And you can also see like this is cut again to the music, and with each cut you can see that there was a cut, so that it has an impact with the music. Yeah, and I think that's a very cool way to edit it. This one I think has almost no text, just mainly the drawing footage cut to the music. But because it's such good art, and you know they cut it well, I think it's still really interesting to watch, even though there's not someone talking or someone like writing text on screen. So yeah, also some more inspiration for you guys who maybe want to do something more atmospheric like this. Yeah. Okay. And I think that is mainly everything I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, one more thing about the Speedpaint thing that I wrote down. If you make a Speedpaint video, you want to have some sort of like interest, like one focus, that is like the reason why people are watching. That can be either it's a tutorial video like Kurohshiro, where they are like talking about their art process and like how they do stuff so people can learn, or it's you're a really skilled artist and people want to watch you draw because they want to learn from you, which I think is not available to most people. I think this is something that you know, you can really only do if you are like really skilled or have a really unique art style. Then the next one is like chill, like having a chill vibe, like people want to watch because it's chill. That can be something like you have drawing footage but you are talking in like a chill way. For usually it's longer videos that are like this. Yeah, so it's something that people maybe watch in the background while they're also drawing, or which is I think what last like this channel also falls into, is having like a specific vibe that the video gives. So so this channel is kind of every video gives you like a very calm calm vibe. It makes you inspired to draw, and yeah, it's just like very cool. Okay. All right, so that's my notes. If you guys have any questions, now is the time to ask. And I may answer, or I may ignore you, and you may perish into the void. Will you one day review newly created channels if they have an introduction video? And what do you think of such intro videos? Do you think they help or hurt the channel? Usually I think intro videos that are just titled channel intro or something like that are unnecessary. It doesn't really help anything. If you do an intro video, it should be something that first of all needs to fit your channel and the videos you want to make in the future. So if you want to make, let's say you want to make Speedpaint tutorials, then an intro video doesn't really make any sense. And I can't really see any way where you could make it relevant to the rest of your channel. If you have a channel that is maybe OC, not OC, story time animation, where you basically talk about your life experience and like animate it or something, then you could put an intro video, but I would not call it intro video. I would call it maybe like something that is related to your life. If you do an intro video and you want to basically like tell people like who you are and what you've been doing, you could turn it into a story time video essentially. As for if I will review new channels, I am not gonna do that because I don't think I can really give you advice if you have a really new channel. Because most of the time you will not have figured out what you want to do, how you can do things. You probably will be lacking a lot of the skills. So I think my advice is kind of better for channels that already have like a direction, that already have a little bit of experience under their belt. Because in the beginning, the advice I would give you is like really basic, and stuff that you can easily look up on YouTube, like basic YouTube advice. Can you combine Speedpaint content with animation meme if both would be related to OCs? You can try. If it doesn't work, then you can always make a new channel or something, or change your strategy. Yen asks, why are you blue? I'm literally not blue. Like, what? How do you feel about custom drawn thumbnails like Ginger Ninja or PCAT and yourself? I like them. Personally, I think they're nice. I think they may not always be the best option, because I think when you see a custom drawn thumbnail, in most cases you will think, okay, this is maybe story time, maybe animation, stuff like that. And some art niches have like established kind of like thumbnail quote unquote rules. Let me just let's go over here and let's look at redesign. Okay, whatever the fuck this is. Redesign character. Let's do character redesign. There's gonna be a little bit of an established format, which is like this to like left side to right side format, which is the same here, or Inkyo format. I call it Inkyo thumbnail format in my head because I think Inkyo is the first one I saw make thumbnails like this, and then it was really popular for a while, where you have, you know, character and then silhouette of the character next to it. I don't think Inkyo came up with it, but in my head, this is what I think of when I think of this thumbnail type. What the fuck are these ads? Oh my god. So sometimes thumbnails are like staying close to what the thumbnails in the niche look like is better. But yeah, hand-drawn thumbnails are really cool. Okay. Also another thing, Ginger Ninja, for example, and PCAT are established channels, and I think they can get away with a lot. Like, Ginger Ninja does hand-drawn thumbnails on, I think, all of their videos by now. And I think for them, they can pretty much do whatever they want because they are a really big channel with a really big, loyal audience. Do you have advice for search engine optimization, aka putting keywords in your description and title for the algorithm? For me, it's hard to tell if it actually does it. I feel this really hard. From what I know, what is most important for the search engine is obviously the video title and the first, I think, 2 lines of the description or something. The thing is, though, that in most cases, the search engine is not going to be your best friend. The search engine is good for stuff like tutorials, where people actually search for it, like actively search for it. I think in your case, you do like art challenge videos. Usually the way people find art challenge videos is by getting them recommended or seeing them, like if they watch an art challenge video and it's in the sidebar, and they find it that way. They don't go search for art challenge videos usually. So I think you might not have to worry about it that much. Also, I have recently started seeing YouTube put AI summaries of the video under the video description for some videos, which to me means that the algorithm is also going to start using generally what you talk about in your videos as indication of what the video is about, and that's going to be relevant. So it might become more like titles and description might become more irrelevant in terms of how YouTube sees your video, because, you know, if the AI can summarize what your video is about, then you know, YouTube can recommend it to people that are interested in that. Is it worth it to do YouTube even if you don't have much time to dedicate to the channel? Not if you can blow up, but if it can get some traction. It definitely can. But the thing is, if you feel like it would be not what you actually want to be doing and you just want to do it to get some more traction, it might be difficult, or like more difficult for you. I think that the whole like thing with thinking that you have to upload like every 2 weeks or something, or every week, is a little bit outdated, and that it can totally be fine to upload a video once a month, once every 2 or 3 months, as long as the quality is good. Like, it always depends on video quality and stuff more than your upload schedule. Okay, let me catch up on chat. Is it okay to use text-to-speech for YouTube, or is that like a channel killer? I think one of the channels we reviewed today had actually AI voice. I think it's okay to do stuff like that, especially now with AI voices sounding pretty convincing. Of course, there's like an ethical perspective on it, where I personally would not want to use an AI voiceover thing if I knew or could find out that the voices have been taken from people who didn't consent to it and who aren't being paid for it. I personally wouldn't want to do that because I think that's unethical. But I think if you know, you would be most comfortable doing text-to-speech, then finding an actually ethical, you know, AI voiceover software or something would be an option that would be fine. I don't think that's a channel killer. Why do shorts always gain more traction than my long videos? It could be because you make more shorts, it could be because shorts are generally easier to make, and because shorts just generally get more views because they take less time to watch. But yeah, if you want to do long-form content, I would recommend to do long-form content and not spend too much time doing shorts. Are you gonna do another stream reviewing channels? Probably not, maybe. It went better than I thought it would, so maybe. But yeah. You can look at YouTubers that you like the thumbnails of and get inspiration for. Absolutely. I would say though that maybe look at YouTubers that are in your niche, whether that's art in general or something else. People talk a lot about having shorter titles, but I love the fun long ones too. Yeah, I think the title length doesn't matter too much as long as it tells the person what it's about. I've seen some art channels that the background moves, for example, your background now behind your Sona. Did you make it yourself? I did make it myself. In my case, I made it in DaVinci Resolve. Basically what it is like, if you know what a noise effect is, basically it's like differently colored spots on the screen moving around. And I put like a mosaic filter on top, like the thing you usually use to censor stuff, and set it to like be triangles instead of squares, and that's how I made the background. My username is annoying to search because it keeps correcting two gleam parts. I had a similar issue with my old channel, because my old channel, let's wait. My old channel was called Terror Art for a long time, and it would autocorrect to Terror Art. So yeah, but the thing is, your channel name isn't really important, like at all. If you post good videos, people will find them. And if you post good videos consistently and people try to find your channel, they will very likely find your channel unless your channel is like number key smash or something. So yeah, eventually you could find my channel by searching Terror Art once I had more videos. What do you think of making and naming a channel specifically after your OC universe or comic name? Leo just looked at me. Leo just side-eyed me. So maybe I am currently making a new channel that is called exactly what my OC universe is called. So yeah, you can do that. Have you gotten the inspiration tab? It's hilarious, but like, what the fuck? Yes, I have. I have had that for years at this point, I think, or a year at least. It's basically, okay, for those of you who don't know, when you're a YouTube partner, you get some extra like YouTube features to like look at your channel, analyze your channel and stuff. One of them is the inspiration tab, where basically it shows you similar content to what you're making, and it shows you like content gaps, which is basically stuff that people are looking for but there's not a lot of videos of, and sometimes it comes up with the most random weird things ever. Yeah, so it's not very helpful in my opinion. Is it worth making shorts when they take the same amount of time or longer as normal videos? Depends what you want to do. I personally don't like shorts. I don't watch them. I don't want to make them. I think they're a little bit of a time, like, waste, I guess, in terms of watching them. Not necessarily making them, but in terms of watching them. They don't really give me anything. It's just a distraction, I feel like, for me, so I don't like them. They can be good if you are doing stuff like OC content, for example. I think they can be good. I think they can be good if you have like a small business and you want to promote your products and you have fun videos you can make about them. But yeah, otherwise, I don't like them. How did you make the chat animation? You mean like the like what's around the chat? I didn't make that, I commissioned that. And I think it was made in After Effects or some Adobe program, I think. Okay, people also don't like shorts. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I just feel like if I actually went to watch shorts and I did it for a while, then I would go crazy.
I think you should mention the thing again with your new channel, by the way, about why you're not plopping it, just to make sure that people don't, you know, if they end up finding it.
Oh yeah, guys, if you find my new channel, keep it to yourself. Don't share it, please, because I do wanna keep it under wraps for now. Yeah, but you can go find it if you want to. Normally I use YouTube Shorts to attract more people to my channel, but even linking my Speedpaint videos, it never gets the same views. That is the main issue with Shorts, is if people try to use it to pull attention to their main videos. It can work. It can, but it can also screw you over in the sense that people might only want to watch your shorts and not long-form content. So if you want to make long-form content, I think it's actually better to just make long-form content and not do shorts. I have ADHD, so my attention span has tanked since YouTube Shorts began existing. Fair. I think that for a lot of people it might be good to limit the time they spend watching like shorts and reels and stuff like that, because genuinely in most cases I don't think it gives you anything. It's just kind of like a time skip button in a way. I don't know how people found your new channel. Honestly, I've been looking for days. You have to type in the channel name exactly 100% correctly how I spelled it with an @ in front, or else you will not find it. Okay. Do you guys have any more questions? My god, we've been here so long. God. I don't know if I should still eat dinner. I don't want to eat dinner if I'm gonna go sleep soon. Oh, Leo's sad. Leo, you want dinner? Oh, you want little dinner?
I'm hungry.
Are you hungry?
Yeah. I don't want to eat dinner alone. I want you to come with me.
I'll come with you. I don't know if I'll eat anything though.
Yeah. Okay, I can live with that.
What flavor of tea was it? This one, okay, this is a tea mixture I put together. I don't even know the ingredients in English, so I don't even know why I'm trying to explain this. It's comfortable tea. It has licorice root in it because it's sweet. Slightly sweet. even if you don't have fully established story OCs, it's still worth okay to share, make content. My man, I don't know if you knew this, but my OC content, like my OC world, is absolutely not finished, absolutely not established. There is so much stuff I have not written. I don't even have a story. I just have a universe and characters at this point. And I'm still talking about it, and people seem to like it. So, like, yeah, you can do that. Do you want to give any tidbits about your new channel OC universe? Okay. So, my current view, my current vibe, my current, let me actually put the tablet down. My current plan is that I want to make, okay, so the new channel is going to be completely about my OC universe. I don't 100% know how I'm going to do it yet. I will edit a test video, or maybe several test videos for it to figure out the vibe. I wanna deviate a bit from the typical video editing that I've done on this channel, which is very, like, you know, I guess entertaining, kind of funny, kind of like, kind of a typical YouTube video editing, I would say. And I wanted to have a stronger atmosphere, and I want it to be a little bit immersive. Yeah. I guess, okay, so my main inspiration for the kind of the vibe, but not really, is, let me switch back. I'm pretty sure some of you have seen this channel because it has blown up. It's actually Monster Garden. This is one of my inspirations. Because what they do is they post videos about their fictional universe. They put music that is very fitting for the vibe of their story, which is like kind of dark, grim, dark fantasy, I think. And they talk about the lore. And sometimes they talk about, they voice act little tidbits of story things, or things that are related to what they're drawing. Yeah, so that is an inspiration for this channel. It's not gonna be the same, it's gonna be very different, especially because I think for them, I guess we can just play a moment so you guys know what I'm talking about. Let's look at this one. Oh, it's a Hoyo ad. Damn.
To the Monster Garden. I created a magic system. I've always liked the idea of interesting magic systems that have weird effects and ways of casting. Drawing runes, ingredients to cast spells, strange side effects, all are cool things you can have in your magic system. But there's one...
But yeah, I feel like you guys can get the vibe. It's very, very fitting to the OC universe. The voice is fitting to the OC universe. The music is kind of like grim and melancholic. And it's calm. It's not Mr. Beast editing. It's almost no editing, actually. And I want to find something that is similar to this, but for my OC universe, which will be very different, because my story is dark, yeah, but it is also more... I feel like there's more energy. I feel like there's more... it's futuristic, first of all, so it's a completely different vibe. But I want to see if I can make something similar for my story with a similar vibe. Yeah. I found doing my OC redesign universe helped me flesh out the story a lot, so I would highly recommend. Absolutely. I think every time that I've done a redesign, I've thought of new things for the characters. And also designing a character forces you to think about what clothes they would wear and why they would wear them. So yeah, redesign, highly recommend. Or just like outfit design even. YouTube didn't send me the notification. Oh no, dude. Ripped. That's sad. Will you post voice claims for your OCs as well, or rather keep them to imagination? I would love to do voice claims, but the honest truth is I would have so much trouble finding voice claims because I'm like so specific, and for some OCs I can't imagine how they would sound like. I also have thought about doing some content that is in the direction of animatics, but not with music, but instead with actual story snippets and potentially voice acting. Kind of like visual novel style, but it's not a visual novel, like you can't play it, it's a video. So that is maybe something I want to do. And I would actually love to hire voice actors, but I already know that I will be super picky with the voices, and I don't know if it will work out. Especially for someone like, I don't know, Aster, dude. Aster, I think finding a voice actor, we will have to get really lucky because, yeah, I'm just very specific. Oh yeah, Z said it's more chaotic dark than this channel's chill dark. Yeah, absolutely. Disaster is more... Disaster is not that chill. It's more... It's a different vibe, I think. Leo's looking at me. Yeah, it's not that chill. Leo, would you say it's chill? She's staring at me.
Are you for real? It's the worst thing I've ever have encountered.
Leo really loves Disaster. She especially loves Aster. I think Aster is her favorite character.
You know that I can, like, just come over there, right? I'm right here.
Yeah, and what are you gonna do? Are you gonna hug me?
Maybe.
I have such specific voices for you OCs in my head. I wish this voice actor sound library was larger. Dude, if you ever... or in general, to all of you guys, if you ever find voices that you feel like could sound like my OCs, send them to me, please. I want to know what they sound like to you, and maybe it fits. Maybe I also feel like it fits. Please, like, so, please send, please give, please. Yes, thank you. I love all the random wings of Raptor. I still don't know what the issue is. This has always been an issue with this model. I don't know why it does that. But yeah, my model, instead of blinking, sometimes just winks on one eye, and I'm just like, bruh, why do you do this? There's a really great website to find voiceovers for projects. It's called Casting Call Club. You can also use it for finding work for art. I'm gonna look that up. That seems interesting for sure. Raptor is just too cheeky. Yeah, I just keep winking at you guys. Oh, are you coming to hug me, Leo? Aww. Oh, that's so nice of you.
But I'm also here to remind you that we should slowly stop.
Oh yeah, we should, absolutely.
It's late, and I'm sorry guys, I really don't want to take him away from you, but I'm going back home tomorrow, and I kind of want to spend some more time with Will before I have to leave. I leave very, very early tomorrow, so we have to go to sleep. And Will, it's snowing like pretty heavy outside. Holy cow, that is so pretty. But yeah. Oh no, I don't like it when
Oh,
Yen
did you
says
guys
hello.
did you guys notice that like the chat icons are all dough?
Wait, really?
It's all dough.
Why is everyone dough? Wait, is that the fan art of dough?
No, that's
or
my
is
art.
It yours?
Okay, so the reason I did this is because I don't want people like bots to join chat and then like, you know, have pictures of bots and stuff. So the mods have their own profile pictures. Channel members would have their own profile pictures, but I have no channel members, and I also don't have memberships on. If you guys want to support me, go to my Patreon, haha. Yeah. And obviously, like, if I write something like key smash, then mine is gonna also, yeah. Okay.
I love that though, that everyone is dough.
Yeah, everyone is dough.
Everyone is mommy.
I'm so confused about the profile picture. Yeah, you guys are all dough. I'm sorry to tell you this, but you are all a very beautiful, beautiful woman.
All beautiful thick mommies.
Yeah, you're all thick mommies. I need Milky's mommy. You are the mommy. What are you talking about? You are the. Can't you see? You are the mommy. I'm a pretty woman. Yippee.
Yippee.
Some people about to get dysphoria, dude. Let's go.
Or
dysphoria speedrun.
Bro, but honestly, I feel like if the whole world was just like one singular pretty woman, aren't we all going to be happier? We all look the same. Or we're all turning into star-like glimmer.
Damn. Well, pretending his chat is full of pretty women.
Well, are you feeling lonely?
No, I have you.
Oh.
I hope you have a nice morning, day, time zone, evening. Gonna hop off. Okay, bye-bye.
Perfect, perfect.
We're also gonna leave soon.
We're gonna leave soon, thank you.
Stretch. Alright, I think that's it. I think I don't have anything else to talk about. There is one more video coming in January that is sponsored that I need to get done. That it's actually features dough drawing footage because I'm making a redesign. Well, it's not really a redesign, but like outfit designs for dough and a reference sheet for dough. It's the videos about how I make character reference sheets. So if you guys are interested in that, then stay tuned. And then after that, this channel might be a bit dormant for a while. So unknown period of time, maybe forever. Depends how the new channel does. You will hear about the new channel at some point. I will tell you guys on the Discord for sure. I will probably post about it in the community tab, but you might miss it because, you know, algorithm is weird. I will post about it on my social media, so if you want to see the new channel when I reveal it, either join the Discord or follow me on Instagram and Blue Sky, and maybe Twitter. I don't know if I will use Twitter again, but we'll see. So yeah, links are all in the description. Hope you guys have a good day. Will you upload your OC redesign videos to your new channel? No, I will not. I don't think I will do that. I will probably have to introduce all of the OCs again on the new channel. But yeah, I won't upload those videos over there. Maybe the animatic, the Astro animatic, but I feel like I also will not do that. Okay, guys, have a good time zone. Whatever time zone you're in, have a good time zone. Will this channel still be up? Yes, it will still be up. I will not delete anything. Some videos may at some point be unlisted. I will not delete anything though. Okay, that's it. Goodbye, guys. How do I stop the stream? I need to figure this out, okay?
Yeah, it's okay. You can just, you click stop stream. But I also want to say goodbye. Bye, everyone. Please have a good sleep, have a good day, whatever time zone you're in. Goodbye.
Say bye to Leo.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Oh my god, I'm gonna